you're here to find some underappreciated shows or maybe hear me praise a few old favorites, you've come to the right place. This is Restless in Peace, and today we're spotlighting Bento. I'm Fennec, and I've been an anime fan for almost a decade and I've watched hundreds of shows. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with friends. If you haven't seen Bento, spoilers ahead. I'll give it to you straight. Bento is a battle shonen anime about buying bentos at a convenience store, a supermarket. You have this guy who's poor as fuck, stumbling into a convenience store, hoping to find something cheap to eat. He then just sees a half-priced bento at the end of an aisle, and out of sheer excitement, starts sprinting to it. Next thing he knows, he's unconscious, bleeding, plus he was hit so fucking hard that he doesn't even remember what happened. So, today I want to talk about how anything could be turned into a battle shonen while using bento as an example. Which means that first, we need to do a quick rundown of what a battle shonen is. For those who are unaware, shonen isn't actually some kind of genre or subgenre or even a tag. It's a demographic. When an anime is a shonen anime, it means that it's directed at males in their teens, with the female equivalent being shoujo. So, task number one is making sure we're targeting the right demographic. I'd say a good rule of thumb for shonen would be to think whether or not a 16-year-old boy would A, enjoy it, and B, would seek out this type of content. And that second point kind of just sounds hard. It's really not. At this point, so much shonen content is out there that a quick Google search can tell you how to please your demographic. The battle part of battle shonen is where things get interesting, because once we go a little past the basic way that people view battles, which is punch, kick, scream, the scream is mainly Dragon Ball, but you get me. That's when we enter the realm of anything can be a battle shonen. I'll define battle as, let's say, two or more entities who compete against each other. That sounds good, yeah. Using this as a baseline, you can have anything be a battle shonen. Let me give you a few examples. 1. A verbal battle shonen where people compete in debates. 2. A dog walking battle shonen where dog walkers can have an ultra alpha mode to calm down dogs and that have turf wars over who walks dogs from what neighborhoods and whatnot. How about people who compete in hedge trimming competition where, I don't know, you can see someone who trims a hedge into a deer, and that deer kind of just feels like it's coming to life. Or, who knows, people fighting to blood and bone for some cheap food in a supermarket, like bento. Point is, once you broaden the scope of where and how battles can be conducted, you get one of the most exciting to watch and diverse content ever. A good example of this is Drops of God, which is a battle manga about wine tasting. This manga isn't a shonen, it's a seinen, which means it's directed at a more mature audience, but it's still a unique example of a battle manga. With all this weird battle stuff that I've been throwing at you, you might be wondering, why didn't I actually choose a battle shonen with a unique battle format like Death Note or something? Why did I choose a standard fist-to-fist battle shonen like Bento? The answer is actually pretty simple. Remember how I talked about broadening the scope of where and how battles can be conducted? Well, most people, when they try to make a unique battle anime, they go for the how, meaning they use a new battle format. But Bento is one of the few shows that goes for the where aspect, meaning their choice of venue, a convenience store. taking the battle formula that we all already know very well, by the way, because there is like a shit ton of shonen out there, and putting that in a highly irregular location is, in my opinion, a brilliant way to produce a unique series. Which is why I chose Bento as the subject of today's episode over other battle shonen. True, this show isn't a masterpiece, but it's solid. It's fun, and has an original approach, which in my books, hands down makes it a worthwhile watch. Now, basically, Bento is also kind of a good example of how someone might be original without seeming original. Finally, I do recommend you watch Bento if you haven't, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with friends.